friends and family. Welcome back to another episode of Workin On It Pod. We back. Pepe's walking in. You're good.
Come on in, Pepe. Come on in, Pepe. Jesus. And we're gorgeous. Our skin is glowing. We're stunning because we studied this doctor on TikTok who has 17.7
big time
million followers. That's
Insane.
more than I'll ever have, I think.
I'm at 16. Cut yourself short. You're on your way. Oh, you have 16?
16 milli.
Damn, getting out followed by the derm doctor.
The derm doc.
That's what it is, though. Skin's important.
And most of his videos I cannot watch because I freak out. It's like a phobia thing. I start yelling. But some I really enjoy. I like his knowledge and wisdom, and I think he's amazing.
Dr. Shah, ladies and gentlemen.
Close-ups on this side today. How you is over there, camera? We looking good, huh?
Dr. Shah is in the Zoom call. He's joining us over Zoom. There he is.
Hello, hello. How's it going?
You look good.
You look fantastic.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I have the official podcasting setup because I just wanted to make sure I was on your level today.
Dude, you sound crystal clear. What's going on?
You're on a higher level than us, man. You look way cooler over there. You got the crazy colors going on. I'm colorblind, so I can't really see what they are, but they look great. Oh, it's blue?
Yeah.
Damn it, I thought it was purple.
Are you colorblind? That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time. We know you're a doctor and you're very busy, but we worship you and we thank you for being on our podcast, Working On It, because I've wanted to since day one. I wanted to talk about working on acne and working on skin and working on face because it's very important and it's very hard to figure out because no one's figured it out or else we would all have perfect skin. But you have a following of like 17 million people on TikTok because you're spitting knowledge.
You're that guy.
We're listening.
You are him.
Because you also look great too. So I like a doctor who also looks good, you know? I trust you.
Well, I guess, I mean, for me, I didn't even expect anyone to watch the content and then it took off. And so here we are. So I think like anything else, it was just me. I got on the platform. I started posting. I actually thought I was just sending those videos to my friends. And then they took off like independently on TikTok. This was before people were using it en masse. So it's been a crazy 3 years for me.
Wow.
That's kind of wild. I feel like a lot of people we talked to that blew up on TikTok weren't intending on
blowing up.
Yeah, getting to where they're at.
Yeah,
it kind of just happened.
Like, I was just doing what I do. And we're like, we love it. We love what you do. Except I used to be able to watch videos like that. And now
the pimple popping is tough to watch.
You've been posting some nasty stuff lately.
It's gotten nastier and nastier.
It's gotten nasty,
I apologize for that.
I just can't do bugs. And you posted one with bugs crawling all over the face.
Wait, what?
Bro,
you have to show me at some point.
I was on the treadmill where I screamed. I was like, I can't. I screamed because you can't do bugs, sir.
I'm sorry. It's what the people tell me. And actually, if anyone knew my workflow, it's I get out of clinic and I just look at my tagged videos and whatever craziness the people are tagging me in, I'm reacting to. So that's a function of them. Don't blame it on me.
That is their fault. They all start with, you guys won't stop tagging me in this one. So here we go. And it's pretty foul. It's nasty. Crazy. But yeah, do you still have a clinic where like customers, people walk in and they're like, help?
Yeah, no, I have a clinic in the Charlotte area of North Carolina. You know, we see all kinds of patients. We take every insurance, we take everything, and we see acne, we see psoriasis, we do cosmetics, your Botox, your fillers, your lasers. We're literally a one-stop shop.
I wish you were here, Doc. Oh, come to LA and make me perfect. Oh, you should
I'll
live
find
here.
you somebody good in LA. How's
Will
that?
You?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a good deal.
Surprise. What day is it today?
I don't know.
Okay.
Like the date
on
or
Monday,
the day? I think it's Friday.
We're banking this, but on Monday I'm announcing that I'm pregnant.
Yay!
Congrats. That's amazing.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
And
I know
with my
first.
pregnancy, you know first before the world. And with my pregnancy, I always get perioral dermatitis.
Yes, of course. Yeah, we see this all the time. And a lot of people will put steroids on it, like topical steroids, like hydrocortisone, which actually notoriously makes it worse. And so there's no good over-the-counter treatments for perioral dermatitis.
Oh my God, I should have brought my medicine down.
What is that?
You know, my skin bubble. No, you know my skin, how around here when I'm pregnant.
Oh, around your mouth, kind of?
Yeah, around my mouth. It gets red and patchy. And without makeup, you're like, oh. It looks like pimples or like little red dots or like a rash area. And it's not. I can't pop them. They're flat and they're itchy and dry.
And there's nothing you could take.
There's nothing I could take when I'm pregnant.
Okay.
When I'm not pregnant, I take that Dexa something.
The oral medication?
Yeah, like an antibiotic.
Doxycycline.
Doxy.
Yeah.
People
Doxy.
take that for like
Love
back knee.
doxycycline.
We love Doxy. But you can't do it when you're pregnant. So I was like, what am I going to do, doc? And my girl.
Azelaic acid. This isn't medical advice, but azelaic acid safe in pregnancy
I
may
got
help
something that looks like a clear,
Okay.
it looks like clear liquid. And I put it on with a Q-tip and it smells like alcohol. And that's the only thing that's helped. And then I use like Joseph bar soap, if that's what it's called. Joseph? I don't know. It's for acne.
I don't know that one.
And
But
then
I will tell
Avene.
you, you're limited in what you can do in pregnancy for acne and
It sucks
for
over
peritoneal
here.
dermatitis. Yeah.
I can't do my
yeah.
Botox either. I've been looking my real age, and I want to go back to looking 16.
Well, here's the thing, Megan. You're human.
I know
Okay?
I'm human.
You can't beat nature.
the
This is gonna happen, and it's okay.
Yeah, but Botox is great. You posted the thing with the eye patch with the retinol or something for your eye. You have 0 wrinkles near your eyes. Is that Botox or is it that plus Botox?
Oh, combination.
Period.
I actually, yeah. Well, so the thing is that for me, and I create videos, and so I need facial expression, so I can't do Botox around the year. But I do it like once a year, and it wears off after 3 months. But it prevents me from getting these etched in wrinkles. And then I use retinol and retinol derivatives to really prevent those lines from forming. So that's my strategy.
I feel like retinol will rip my face up right now. Like it's so strong, right?
Yeah, that, and you can't use it in pregnancy.
Oh, didn't know that. Good thing I didn't do it.
Good heads up.
Megan
seems to be obsessed with my wrinkles.
Got so many wrinkles.
Listen, I enjoy the sun, so I'm gonna start wearing more sunscreen because I realized.
And he was
I would just drink in the sun and I wouldn't care about sunscreen.
So he's sober now, but he used to be a booze hound who would fall asleep in the sun.
Yeah.
And I was like, you look old, you know. He's looking better
but
now.
But the wrinkles are on my
eye.
eye. This is because I smile so much. These aren't bad.
That's good.
Wrinkles.
That's a good thing. Yeah. It
Yeah,
means
but
he's lived
Look at
life.
his eyes, dude.
I've lived life. I mean,
you
I'm sure
smile
Dr.
a
Shah's
lot,
lived
I
life,
guess.
but you do look fantastic, and I am kind of envious of that. But
right?
I
I sent him
need
the
the
eye
tips?
patches. Yeah, I sent
I'll
him.
give
I
you
said
some.
you need this, and he was like, interesting.
I did say interesting because I'm into that. I don't know
I'm
about
not
the
gonna
Botox
turn you
per
into
se.
an LA Hollywood
Right.
Botox. You know, I'm just gonna help you a little.
I feel like Dr. Shah, you figured it out. It's like a nice balance once a
Yeah,
year.
you look great.
Because I feel like you
Three-step
get
Can you tell
skincare
us
routine.
how old you are?
3 steps skincare routine.
Yeah. Oh, I'm 34.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Stud.
My God, you look great. He's 30 and he looks 10 years older than you. Sorry.
Relax, dude. I
You're
look
handsome.
fine.
You look fine.
Okay.
No, he looks great. He
Thank
looks
you.
great.
Thank you. I drink a lot of
Yeah.
water and I get sleep.
For guys,
Sometimes.
most of the time, as long as you can maintain your hair, most of the
Yeah.
people,
Oh,
that's the goal.
That's our next worry.
You
I
and
know.
I need to
Yeah.
talk about hair, and then as long as I can
Yeah,
keep
because he
you
does
with your
hair
hair,
too.
Oh,
you're gonna
really?
be great. Yeah,
Yeah.
derms are hair, skin, and nails, so we do it all.
Oh, that's true.
Oh my God, love that.
Yeah, that definitely is kind of really my own main concern. I
I
don't
have
mind
to-
wrinkles and stuff like that, but I'm curious about your 3-step skincare routine though.
Yeah,
Is
go
that
back to
okay if I
that
could
really
jump into
quick.
that?
Yeah,
I
and
want to
then
know
I'll go
what's
to my hair loss.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I call it. I just the routine because my whole platform. I'm not speaking to the derms. I'm not speaking to the scientists. I'm speaking to the average person who just wants better skin. And so I try to make it as simple as possible. So I always say cleanse, treat, protect. So you get a cleanser, any cleanser that is compatible with your skin. A treatment that's specific to your concerns, let's call them wrinkles for you. A good treatment for that would be retinol, and then you moisturize, and then that's it. Cleanse, treat, protect. That's your whole night skincare routine. In the morning, you just, instead of the moisturizer or in addition to the moisturizer, you use sunscreen. That's an entire skincare routine, and your skin will be better off than 99% of people.
That's it.
Okay, that sounds pretty
I'm
reasonable.
getting you some retinol.
I mean, what
That's
I do
right.
now,
That's reasonable, right? You could do that.
I don't know
Yeah.
what that is. I'll check into that. I don't know.
It's like
Wait, can I
an
hijack
oil.
this? Can I hijack
Yeah.
this for a
Yeah.
second? I had a real question because I've been trying to convince my sister that her and I should work together, right? And
Oh
we
my
were
God.
close growing
Do
up.
it. Do it.
And I so our dream growing up, we always said we'd have houses next door to each other and we'd have tunnels underneath the houses to go meet up and hang out.
That's sick.
That's awesome.
Like so tell me, like, was this always something that you wanted to do? Because I'm curious. I'm trying to convince her to
well,
come and work with
I'm
me.
the first sibling out of I'm the middle child of my 2 bros. I'm the first one that made money, right?
Yeah, the breadwinner for
I
sure.
had the house, and I said, "Well, I could fit all of you. Come be my friend."
But
in
even
LA."
before that, though, we were roommates at Park La Brea. Like, also not ideal, but
Yeah.
it was for the best.
I can't be alone.
Because this city is pretty scary.
It's
so it was like
scary.
we had each other from day one, and Yeah, I mean, her life was sick. She's like, you want to just come on tour and take pics? I'm like, absolutely. Like that's my dream. I got to travel everywhere and fucking live the rock star lifestyle and not have to perform. She did a lot.
Yeah, my brothers are normal where they couldn't find their passion at that young, crazy, scary young age of 20. To be honest, but but 20-year-olds, I feel like that's insane to be like, what's your passion? Go.
Yeah.
I was a freaking knew all along, like, this is what I'm gonna do. So yeah, I just dragged them along with me, and now they've found their paths like through being with me. But they live in my home, and I wouldn't have it any other way, and I won't let them leave. And sometimes they threaten me. They threaten, like, I'm going to get out of here. And I'm like, no, you're not. I won't let you.
I guess the only thing was, like, sometimes my ego would get in my own way, and I'd be like, I could be doing something better, but realistically, I can't. So, and then
we're peaking. You just don't know it.
Yeah.
Hey, but, like,
so
winning
it's
is
just like, wait, what?
I was going to say, like winning with people you love and care about is, like, the fun part of it.
It's the best part. Yeah. I think also I drank way too much, and that just like messes up all your thoughts. I was living in another reality that didn't exist. So now that I came back to Earth, I'm like, oh, this is the dream. Like, wouldn't have it any other way. We're having the best time. Like, we do the podcast, and then I traveled her to Australia and film her with Riley and take pictures. Like, it's all good stuff. So I think working with siblings is great as long as you are like constantly vocal.
As long as you're friends with them too.
Yeah.
Like, some people hate their sibling, which is very sad. But you
guys are talking like tunnels under the house.
If you have tunnel,
it sounds like
ideas,
a no-brainer.
Yeah, it sounds like y'all should definitely work together.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to convince her. She's smarter than I am, and she works for Google, and and trying to convince her to join me has been it's been the challenge. I think it's going to be harder for her to tolerate me than the other way around. So that's the challenge, but we'll see. I don't know if I could live in the same house. I don't know. The people that work with me, I don't know if they would agree with that. I'm very scattered. I have like good ideas, and then I'm scattered brained, and then I like don't do the things I'm supposed to do, and so like someone's always got to keep me in check, and so that's my personality flaw.
Oh my goodness,
that's good though.
That's a great one. Yeah, you're creative. You're me.
Nonstop. Yeah, so you just need someone to wrangle them all in.
You're gonna be fine, and I can't wait to see you and your sister work together. Add her to the TikTok. We love a female perspective. We recommend.
We need that, right? Like, let me ask you this actually for skincare recommendations, right? Is it more? Would you rather listen to a female give skincare recommendations to you, or is it just?
I mean, yeah, I feel like our skin is very different, and we're siblings. I don't know. I wouldn't trust a word you say if you were like, hey, this is what you should use on your skin. But you're a doctor, so you're smart, you know?
I think it's cool that a guy's doing it, because I feel like guys are they don't really talk about skincare. Like, we had Osea was a sponsor for the podcast, and they offered a free facial. And I was like, I'll do that immediately. Yes, please. Go to Venice, went to their spot, and I had the whole treatment. I was like, this is a delight.
It's like a spa.
This is the best. Unreal. You just like massaged my face for 30 minutes. And she's like, please tell more of your straight friends that taking care of your skin is great.
It's cool.
I was like, oh, this is the shit. I will recommend that everyone.
I want a woman's
I don't know why guys are too tough to clean their fucking face. Right. I do a routine every day and night.
I want a woman's perspective for hormones. Hormones are like insane. And like, I feel like they'll understand me more than a guy's hormones.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because people can get perioral dermatitis without being pregnant.
Just from hormones? Yeah.
Like, I said it on TikTok, and they were like, oh, I had that without a beautiful baby. And I was like, oh, shit, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. And the thing is, like, whoever, like, that's why it's so important. I always say, like, I talk to other dermatologists, right? Female dermatologists, different skin tones, all this stuff. And they're like, well, why would I make content if you're already making content saying the same thing? And I'm like, well, the person who's on the other end of it, like, they're going to receive that information from different people. So they may not want to listen to me, and they may want to listen to you instead. And so, like, just getting good information out is so important, because the messenger is actually really important in that process. But I'm glad that you got a facial, because now you get to see that it's a pretty cool thing. And people don't want you to be musty anymore. Like, guys can't be musty anymore.
Yeah, clean it up, guys.
Yeah.
I groom my husband's face. I'll be like, I need to get
I got Daryl into, I started using, it's called Human Race. It's like Pharrell's product. And I'm a sucker for good marketing. So I was like, oh, Pharrell looks young forever. It's that like powder and then the other stuff. But I mainly just use the powder, and then I use like the Osea C serum.
Oh my God, you making up science projects up there?
Yeah. But it's good. I like the serum's
into it.
Yeah, the serum's been good because I feel like it's been
great.
like tightening up my face, and I have less acne. I still get some stuff on my neck from like
He
shaving.
had bad acne. Yeah,
I had
in high
horrific
school.
acne growing up. There was days I wouldn't go to school. I was
he
like,
got to stay
Mom,
home.
I want to stay home.
He got to stay home because my mom
stupid
is.
pimples.
My mom loves
My
him
mom
more.
loves me. But I don't know why as a kid my acne was horrific, but it's probably because I didn't.
He ate shit.
I don't know. What can like teenagers do? Because it's obviously
And
more
how do you feel about
aggressive.
Accutane? Okay, go.
Yeah, Accutane.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, first, a lot of it is genetic. A lot of it is like the Western diet in many
kids are
ways too,
fucked.
because
Oh, true.
there's like like acne is in many ways more Western phenomenon, right? We see more acne in Western countries, especially the United States. And so there definitely is environmental factors that we like to neglect a lot of times, but
Yeah.
diet and lifestyle are super important. But because we don't know exactly what these triggers are, it's harder to say change this or change that. Like the only thing we can really like definitively say is decrease your sugar intake, because high sugar diets make things worse. But everything else is harder. Like it's hit or miss depending on the person. But it's hormones and it's, growing up and in the environment that you're in. But there are certain treatments that you could, like you can change your pillowcases, once a week. You can change your towels once a week, like simple lifestyle changes. You can wash your face after you go to the gym, or you can remove your makeup as soon as you get home from work instead of waiting till the end of the day right before you go to bed. Like simple lifestyle changes can make a big difference. And then you can look for like active ingredients that actually help acne, like benzoyl peroxide, salicylic acid, and like adapalene or retinoids. And if you use those, like you focus on those like 3 ingredients over the counter, you're going to be really, really well off. And so
is that the level where it's really bad?
no, that's like if you just
can
get a
use that
couple
if you're
bumps.
just like, I'm sick of this.
Yeah. Couple acne bumps here and there. Like those are what the over the counter products do. And then once you get to like moderate or severe acne, that's when you would want to see a dermatologist for like your oral medications, like your doxycycline or Accutane, which gets a lot of negativity on social media because some people have bad side effects with it. But in my patients, it's like a miracle. And like what you were saying, that you skipped school because of your acne, like the difference in people's confidence level once they finish a course of Accutane, going from terrible, painful, cystic, scarring acne to having nearly clear skin or completely clear skin, like what that does for their entire life is so amazing. And so, in some patients have bad outcomes with it. We try to monitor for side effects. You can't get pregnant while you're on it. All those things considered, though, it's a miracle for people's confidence.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I personally have a buddy that he took it and it did not really end well for him psychologically. It really kind of messed up his brain. And I almost was taking it, even though mine wasn't that bad. I was just an insecure little bitch. But like
it was like bad high school. Yeah,
but not the end of the world. Like what Dr. Shah's talking about is like severe acne scarring. Like there's serious. Yeah. I can't find the word right now, but yeah. And I remember reading the side effects and I was like, ooh, I think I'd rather just have acne instead of these side effects. But also it's like, as a doctor, you have to find like the right amount to dose. Like, is there specific milligrams that it's not just like throw someone Accutane? Right?
Yeah.
There's a whole program.
You're exactly right. First of all, Accutane is one of the most highly regulated drugs in the United States. I can like most drugs, like I could, if you called me up and you said, hey, Dr. Shah, low key, I need some doxycycline. Like I could call that in for you. I would document it, of course, so I don't get sued. But I ultimately, like I could call you in a prescription for most medications. With Accutane, it needs to go through a system called iPledge. It's very difficult to get. You need to like go through this government system, check off all these boxes, go through all this counseling, and then you can get the medication from the pharmacy. So it's actually very difficult to get Accutane, which is a frustration from a prescriber standpoint. But like you said, we dose it correctly. There's lower doses, there's higher doses depending on what you tolerate. We monitor your labs every month, making sure that you don't have any side effects. And then I really like especially with the mental health things that you're mentioning, like it really can mess up some people psychologically. You have to ask the questions, how are you feeling? Do you have any suicidal ideation? Are you feeling depressed? Are you feeling withdrawn? And so, yeah, it definitely has side effects, and I don't want to neglect those, but it's definitely something to consider for those like really severe acne cases, because the results are incredible. And if you go on TikTok and you type in Accutane glow up or Accutane results, you'll see
the before.
Insane.
Yeah.
I think have those changes that you mentioned though, are those recent? Because what I'm talking about was 2010, right? And I felt like they were kind of just throwing it at me. Do you think they started regulating it more in recent years?
Yeah, I think the iPledge system maybe came out in 2006. I'd have to check that number, but even like, there's more awareness. I think younger dermatologists who go through training who are more aware of the side effects, more aware of what pop culture is saying about these medications. We're more in tune with like the consumers and patients are looking for. And so we kind of dive deeper on those conversations and are more like cognizant of what the world around us is saying. So I think there's also like a change in like the overall dogma of how we treat patients. Like I just think that like medicine has changed so much. Like our expectations, like our generation and younger, like their expectations when they walk into like any store are so much higher than they've ever been in the past. And it's the true for the doctor's office. Like you want to feel taken care of. You want to feel like you can trust these people. You're not going to just listen to everything they say. You're going to double check. You're going to do your own homework. You're going to Google. You're going to research. And so that puts a higher burden on us to like be trustworthy and give them the information they need in order to feel comfortable taking a medication. So I think things have changed a lot of medicine for the good too.
Period.
That's on period.
And that's on period.
Do you watch a lot of TikToks?
Yes. Yes.
Dude, it's bad.
I'm a
I
doom
like
scroller,
I
I'm a
open it
shower
without
scroller.
realizing that I'm opening the app, and I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, this is crack.
I can't shower. I can't be alone without it on, As soon as I wake up, let's scroll, baby. Like that's my shit. Yeah, I love it. I have so many questions for you. Hold on. When Ryan gets a big neck pimple, should I not pop it? I want to and he won't let me.
Yeah, I'm against popping pimples, increases the risk of scarring. If you think about it, right? Like if the pimple's not ready to go yet, right? Usually if it's ready to go, you pop it, comes right out to the surface. If it's not ready, and you know what pimples I'm talking about that are not ready to come out yet, you press on them, nothing happens. They're actually exploding underneath the skin. So all that pus and bacteria, then that leads to scarring from damaging the collagen. So not a big fan of that, but you could give him, no, I
Well,
won't
he
say
never
it.
let me, so that's good. And
Thank
Thank you,
you,
then
a
Doc. Thank you,
solution.
Doc. That's what's the solution?
I was going to
Don't
say
do
you could
it.
share your doxycycline with him, but I'm kidding. Don't do
Oh,
that.
I love it.
I did not recommend that. I
You
did
didn't
not
recommend it.
recommend
Because they're
that.
usually just like
Dude.
ingrown hairs, man. Like it's just like it is what it
Yeah.
is. I'm just gonna wait this out.
Hey,
Yeah.
ingrown
Ew.
hairs. Two results for two things you can do. One, you can get a salicylic acid or glycolic acid cleanser that you use on your neck after you shave. Or two, you can get laser hair removal on your neck. That's a game changer for guys that get ingrowns on the neck.
Whoa.
Laser hair removal.
I mean, I've been told because I'm blonde or I have lighter hair color that I'm not allowed to be lasered because they won't find it or something. And I was
Yeah,
like, well,
so
that sucks.
you
I
can,
think
you
he's
can.
got
So
blonde
it's
hair
it's not
or
as
lighter
effective.
hair.
It's not as effective if you have blonde hair because the laser actually targets the pigment color in order to destroy the follicle. And so not as effective, but like red hair and white hair are harder to treat than blonde hair. It's hit or miss with blonde hair. In if it you can also do electrolysis. Electrolysis can work with any hair
Because
color.
like my armpits are darker. What is
So that's a good
happening?
sign that you'd probably respond. A
I
good
probably do
sign you'd
good,
probably
right?
respond well. Yeah, why not try it? Come to North
Sounds
Carolina.
like
We'll do
there's a
your laser
car
hair
like
removal.
driving into our house, but
Yeah,
it's
what
all
is
right.
the
It's
noise?
probably
Sorry,
someone
man.
outside. Okay,
No
good to
worries.
know. Let's get laser together. That's just expensive. Come on. My favorite.
Maybe. Did you want to talk about your
Loofah
hair
and my hair
situation?
loss. Yeah. Well, no, I don't have hair loss because look at this length, baby. This is all me right here. Pew, it's
Look
so
at that.
long. It's probably because my prenatals, because I'm pregnant. But up here, I have sprayed a dark root spray, and I do it every
Ooh.
damn day. Oh, I know it's bad because it's like so thin up there, very thin, and like hairstylists struggle with my hair.
That's where my hair's thinnest too. Is
Right,
like
right there. And
top of
some
the
a
forehead.
doctor told me that it was something alopecia, where it's like genetic something. Like it runs in my family. Like my dad has thin hair, and so I therefore have thin hair. And he saw my follicles, and there was like guck around each one. And he's like, "See, that's gonna prevent it from growing. So you're a person that needs to shower like every single day and scrub this shit clean." And when I did that, I noticed my hair grew. What can I do about it? Because I talked to a laser girl about like doing the whole like 1,000 needles in your head, and she's like, honestly, it's like $6,000, and like it might not work for you. And I was like, cool, I'm not gonna do that if it's like a might not work for you situation because I have lighter color hair. I don't know.
Yeah, so there's a couple things you can do. One, there's not like a lot of Like there's no like I said, like Accutane's like can be a miracle for acne. There's no like miracle for hair growth. It really is like throwing the kitchen sink at it and seeing like what helps to stimulate hair growth. Like you mentioned, there's a lot of different forms of alopecia. So around the whole like Will Smith controversy, you heard the word alopecia a lot around that controversy. And that was specifically referring to a certain type of alopecia, but the type that you have would be more like the androgenetic alopecia, which is related to like hormones and genetics, right?
Yep.
And those are a little bit more hard to treat. And pregnancy can cause your hair to fall out, unfortunately. So that's a different type of hair loss, but usually you get that hair back. But androgenetic alopecia specifically, there are better treatments for guys. Unfortunately, we have things for guys like
fuck?
I know.
No, she literally
Well,
looked at my husband and was like, "It would work for you, but not you." And I was like, oh, "Wow."
Yeah, I know. Well, so the other thing is pregnancy limits what you can do, but the number one thing for like if any women are listening to this and they have hair loss, the number one, like you're going to hear a lot about herbal remedies and all this kind of stuff. The thing that's best studied that's available to you over the counter is something called minoxidil at a 5% concentration. It's also called Rogaine. It's the most effective thing for this type of hair loss available.
And I can't do that pregnant, huh?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I'll double check and email you about that. But
that makes sense.
But
that's like a long. That's like a long.
The week I give
right?
birth, bro, I'm getting my Botox.
Here's one tip
for what?
Hair.
What do you mean Botox for hair?
The week this baby gets out of me, I'm running to get my Botox.
What for? What?
My forehead.
Dude.
Are you kidding? There's nothing. You don't even have movement.
I have so much. I mean, yeah, I can move because I can. And she always, my girl does like, I'm doing a light dose. I'm fucking frozen when I get back from her. I'm like,
you're a porcelain doll, bro. There's no lines on your forehead. I don't know
nothing.
Well, there's good lighting right now.
No, you're not even moving. Look at that.
What have you been looking at? You've been staring at something too much.
My fucking interviews.
You're like, you know what you need to do? You need to scrap the 5X mirror. No one can see in that definition, and you'll be much better off. You know what's been actually cool? Like, this is something you can use. This is the talk of the town on TikTok. Rosemary oil has been shown to be beneficial in hair growth and safe, botanical.
Write it down.
So
rosemary
oil. Now
there's you just put that right on the scalp.
Right on the scalp and massage it into the scalp. And there's been one study, it's not better than Rogaine or anything like that, but if you wanted to try something that was all natural and safe in pregnancy, I would say rosemary oil would be pretty safe.
Okay.
So that's a good start. Yeah. You can do the injections in the scalp. I agree with whoever told you that, gave you that advice is right. I think the injections are like 50-50. Yeah. That's my statistic on it. Is like some people it's like
it's tough and
it's
like
miracle grow.
And she's like, and it's painful. And I was like, okay, you're not selling me on it.
50-50 though.
Yeah.
50% of the time works every time.
Roll the dice.
That's not good.
That's a good Anchorman quote right there.
Yeah, there we go.
And then I've been hearing this a lot, and it's been a nightmare because I feel like I need a scrubber in the shower.
Oh yeah.
But apparently a loofah is nasty.
Yeah, there was that 1994 study that showed that they like grow tons of bacteria on them. You don't need to scrub. I mean, you can get like one of those silicone brushes. So get like a silicone brush because they give that.
You don't need to like scrub your armpits though.
No, not really. What do you mean for the scent?
And like my booty, like your butt.
Well, I definitely clean your booty. That's another one that like a lot of people are missing. But yeah, no, clean with just like your standard cleansers and water. And then maybe get like a silicone. With your hand.
Soft, smooth hand.
With your hand.
How I feel like you
That's what I do.
Scrape off the day.
You like to, you just want to scrape off skin cells.
I get everything. I'm like,
is that
you're not dirty.
Like,
think about it. You're not rolling around in the mud. You're not dirty. You're not dirty.
I stink. Okay. I noticed when I got pregnant, my armpits smell more, but people are like, no, it's just you can smell them more. And I was like, oh, because they were like, you don't smell that bad. I was like, dude, I can't breathe. Like, it smells so bad.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this, but like your sweat is actually secreted odorless, and it's actually bacteria on your skin that turns it into BO. And so if you use like an antibacterial cleanser, like something like Hibiclens or benzoyl peroxide, it actually eliminates the odor.
What are these scientific names? Bendodracoso? What'd you say?
Benzoyl peroxide, like it's an acne cleanser. I think it's category C, so I would avoid in pregnancy, unfortunately.
Me.
I
Just
know.
wait it out, man.
But Ryan can. Ryan
more
can.
months. Yeah, Ryan can do anything, can't he?
You do it all.
He can.
Okay, I wanted to know about that. Good to know. So keep the loofah, burn it. What do I do?
If you're gonna use a loofah, you got to swap them out like once a week.
Hey.
He said you just need your hands. You're not that dirty.
like
You're not in
this.
mud. You're fine. Relax. You want to like scrape everything off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw a comedian. He was in. He's great. Redhead, curly hair, big teeth. I'll figure it out later. He said, a guy told me your armpits aren't clean unless you scrub them 14 times. So he's like, now every time I'm in the shower, I do 14 times, and I think of that guy. I want you to think of me every time you scrub your armpits, and I do every day. I go to 15 just in case, and I think of that.
You count them off? Do you count them off?
I have a bit of OCD.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's, yeah.
You love numbers.
I know
it's all
that.
right.
My therapist says I also like to wash off the day. Like if it was a long, exhausting day, I always shower before bed.
Do you take long showers? I'm a long shower person. That's where all the good
Tried to
ideas
not, but
happen.
Yeah.
Do you sing in the shower? Do you sing in the shower?
Yeah, I wrote my very big song right now, Made You Look. I wrote Made You Look in the shower.
No
The
way.
chorus. Yeah.
Okay. Do you
That's
like
like
write?
evil,
Do you
weird,
write it
guilty.
into the whatever the condensation onto the shower, or
I write out my lyrics. No, I just remember it.
you remember
It
it?
was
Okay,
pretty
okay.
simple. It's like I could have my Gucci on.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
It's not
No,
rocket
that's
science.
that's fair. That's fair. But like, I feel like if I don't write it down, like I lose a little bit of the idea.
I
Do you know
am.
what
If
Yeah.
I'm not in the shower, I immediately go to voice notes and like sing it because in case I lose it.
So that's the genius.
Last
Okay,
night I
I'm
did
gonna
one
start.
in bed and was like, you know, and wrote it down.
Do you listen to the morning and you're like, yeah, no, that wasn't it. That wasn't it.
Sometimes I was like half asleep. I'm like, delete, you know. But
Yeah,
this one
yeah.
was okay.
Yeah,
I'm
just
reading-
okay. It was just
It
okay.
wasn't wrong. When it comes to online dating, not enough people put themselves first. You're usually thinking about when they would want to go out or where they would want to go, whether it would bother them if you double texted.
We've had enough of that, especially myself, and so has Bumble. Bumble wants to change the way you date by encouraging you to enjoy yourself and put yourself first instead. They want to make sure you have complete agency over your dating journey.
In love, life, and in bed, it's all about
Ooh la la.
you. So whether you're still figuring out what you're looking for or you know you want someone who's in it for the long run, put yourself first and then put yourself out there on Bumble. After all, who says you can't explore self-love and romantic love at the same time, brother?
Yeah, this is perfect for me, Bumble. So prioritize yourself and find someone who absolutely loves that about you, as they should. Download Bumble for free, and when you're ready, put your best self out there.
You do it.
Me. It's all right.
Monster
I'm reading through
hit, yeah.
Juliana's lovely notes here. We've got so we're going to Australia, right? So a change in climate does actually affect your skin. That's
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
When my friend goes to New York from living here, she automatically gets pimples. And she's like, back in New York, you know, or that travel kills
What
her.
is that?
Oh, Australia, you need sunscreen. If you're going to Australia, you need sunscreen. There, it has the highest rates of melanoma.
shit.
Sun exposure is tremendous there.
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
in
Oh.
fact, like Australia, like there's so much skin cancer in Australia that almost all the skin cancer research comes out of Australia because the Derm Society is so like active there from just the amount of skin
Sorry,
cancers
that
that
was
develop there.
It's okay.
So you need SPF. I would even get you SPF 50.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what
a
you
50
need.
gal.
I'm a 50 guy.
I avoid
If
the
do
sun.
Put it on
I
my
have
face.
my first sunspot from when I was a child, and I'm pissed about it because
So when you
It's
start your
retinol.
day,
Sun.
instead of putting
Retinol.
lotion on, you just put sunscreen on.
So it depends. If your sunscreen's like moisturizing, you can skip the moisturizer step. But otherwise, I would say cleanse, moisturize, sunscreen. Right
Okay.
after that. Simple. 3 steps. You can throw in vitamin C if you want to, like off your OSEA vitamin C can get thrown in to offset some of that free radical damage from the sun. So that's also something you could layer in between the cleanser and the moisturizer.
So when you see the girls on TikTok, which do you see this, and they have like 30 steps, are you just like
Too many,
Yeah,
too many
no,
steps.
well, it's too many steps, and like you don't even like it's gonna probably end up irritating your skin more than anything else. But like I will concede, I make content to like help people's skin, and so like my goal is like better skin. But some people do skincare for self-care, like that 40-step skincare routine with this steamer and the masks are like part of taking care of their self. And so I'm not gonna knock it. I will knock it in my content, but I'm not gonna like I will
I
give
watch
them
it.
a
I'm like,
zero.
that's just too many. You know,
Who's got the time?
Who's got the
Yeah.
time? That's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
other thing too. They're like, more get ready with me while I have a toddler and I'm pregnant, and I'm like, this is me, but I could never. Like, that's a lot of steps. Where is your toddler? You know,
Right.
I gotta get my ass downstairs and help with breakfast. You know.
Right. Right. No, 100%. That's most people. That's 99% of people. So I make the content for the person who's busy, basically.
Yes, we love that. We're all busy.
Yeah, and then growing up as a kid, like in middle school, I just remember seeing Justin Bieber looking so fresh on this commercial, and he was like, "I'm taking Prozac." Like,
No,
I'm using
Proactive.
Proactive.
Jesus Christ!
Proactive.
Clip it.
Sorry, wrong.
That'll make you
No.
happy too, though. That'll make you
Yeah,
happy.
yeah.
That does make you happy too. Wrong
We love
thing.
Prozac.
Proactive is the correct name. My apologies. Yeah, and that shit fucked my face up. It just irritated the shit out of me because
Yeah,
I
it
was.
never worked
But I
for
also was
us.
just like scrub, like ripping my face to shreds, not realizing like, oh, I just probably needed a little 3-step routine.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, to be fair, that was a 3-step routine. The
Oh, it
proactive.
was.
Yeah,
It was,
technically was.
but it was just too much. It was too much. I agree. It's like it had too many actives at too high concentrations at the time. You know, it was created by dermatologists. At the time, it was like revolutionary to have a good
Yeah.
treatment at home for acne. But you know, now we know more about respecting the skin barrier, and we have actives that are better over the counter than we used to. And so I wouldn't recommend Proactive now, but at the time it was like revolutionary, like
It's
3-step
hot.
skincare routine.
It
But
was
now
hot.
I agree that ripped me up and it stained all my towels, and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. I don't know if you remember that it used to stain your towels because the benzoyl peroxide used to bleach your towels.
Oh, is
So
that what
yeah,
that was? I didn't know what that
Yep.
was.
We had white towels.
It was the shit I was putting on my face. Okay, cool. I'm glad you're on that proactive journey with me.
Oh yeah, I was one of them. I was one of them.
Such a
you
great
had acne?
commercial.
Oh yeah. I had probably the worst acne of all my siblings. I have 3 other siblings, and I had by far the worst acne.
Wow.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Not, but I don't know if yours was worse or, but I remember I would like not want to go to school if I had a breakout, but it was pretty bad. I like, too bad, like we don't have phones, or maybe good for this, but we didn't have as many photos of us growing up as the
Thank
kids do
fuck.
now.
Yeah, we lucked out.
I'm so glad. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You probably had more phones than I did though. Like
Yeah,
I didn't
we
have a
had-
phone in high
But
school.
in high school, like Instagram started for us. I remember because I was
Towards the
posting,
end, yeah.
I was posting pics of my dog in high school.
Yeah. But I was still breaking out even at like 23. I was
Oh
like,
no!
why the fuck
my
do I have
worst
adult
acne? My worst acne was in my 20s. I'm still in my 20s because I'm a baby, but I'm 29. And my worst acne was in my early 20s, and I thought like, oh, it's because I'm pounding all this makeup on my face because I'm a pop star now. But someone was like, no, there's like a thing about your early 20s that's like your skin changes every 7 years, right? I don't know.
Well,
I'm talking on my ass. Oh, I don't know.
Your
what I'm
skin changes
saying.
every day, and then there's certain periods that like it becomes like more noticeable, but it's not like on state like year 7 it's like, well, today's the day, like, so it's a gradual
Right.
progression, as
It's
you
a
might
gradual
imagine.
thing, yeah. But like,
Yeah.
does it make sense in your 20s? Your hormones change or something, or was I just stressed out and wearing a lot of makeup?
Yeah, it could be both. Stress definitely directly correlated to acne, directly correlated. So
Probably what it
stress,
is, yeah.
makeup, like heavy makeups definitely occlude your pores, make things worse. But it could just be like, around that age, we see a lot, especially women getting worse acne, especially hormonal acne around like the lower cheeks.
Yes, that's
well,
what
yeah,
it was. Me
yeah.
and JoJo.
Yeah.
Not JoJo Siwa, JoJo, my friend. I have to clarify that every time.
Yeah.
With
She's
JoJo the
like-
singer friend or no?
Right. She had like my friend JoJo. She never had acne growing up, and then she's like 25, and I was just not popping, but I was getting out these.
Megan likes to rip
months.
faces to shreds.
Bro, we would
dude.
have like Friday nights. I'd put up a mirror with a light, and I would go.
But for
in
some reason, she
with
can't look at your
tissues.
TikToks.
I would go in and I would get these monster white heads, not white heads, like yellow blackheads, but yeah, they're blackheads, but they were yellow, and they would come out.
So
and I
you
was
like
"Oh my
popping
God."
pimples?
I like doing it. I can't watch your shit. I like
Yeah, mine's
doing
a
it.
little.
I can't watch other people's because that's like a different level. These are cute. These are like little tiny ones. But yours are like, bleh, like,
Yeah.
I can't do it, and it's really tough for me.
It's fun, dude. It's good. It's great content.
You're not watching the latest
I can't.
ones
I tried. Juliana sent me his TikTok. I go, love to have him on. Can't watch his TikToks, but big fan. Big fan.
Watch if you want to learn about your skin. Watch my YouTube. It's like 15-minute videos.
Okay,
there we go. That's a good plug. Yeah, watch the YouTube.
I
learn
just
about
scrolled
skin.
until you were like, and here's my gorgeous face with my retinol strips, and I was like, there we go.
I'll get some of those. That was a good sale.
Love
on
those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. All right, so the slugging thing situation. We've got petroleum jelly. What is this? What is this slugging all about?
Well, have you ever heard of it? That's the question.
No, I've heard of it, and I'm intrigued because I have the driest. I feel like I have really dry skin, and I would love to do this at night.
Here we go. All right, we're gonna go step by step here.
Yeah.
So slugging, big thing on social media. To be honest, it's been around since before any of us were born, but social media gave a name to it and then basically took ownership of it. But families have been doing this since the beginning of time. But it's basically like your Vaseline, which is 100% pure petrolatum, is the most effective occlusive moisturizer. Like it traps in 99% of your moisture. So basically the idea is that you use it as the last step in your night skincare routine to really lock things in. And in the winter, this thing repairs your skin barrier better than almost anything else you can do.
Had no idea.
Do you want to go through it?
I'm doing it. Can I do it every night?
Now? Oh, I'm gonna get slugged.
He's slugging for you.
Well, I don't know if I've heard it used in that term, but yes, let's do it. All right,
slug me, dog.
Let's get slugged, bro.
Well,
I'm not gonna do it because I have makeup on.
Fair. Okay, you're gonna do it.
You should I'm gonna get your face.
You're getting slugged.
I cleansed today. I did my Human Race powder wash, and then I put on that one. I put on the serum and then a little lotion. No sunscreen though, but I'm gonna switch that up. I'm gonna do sunscreen instead.
Perfect. Now
that's fine, right?
Perfect for slugging. So with slugging, like a lot of people will slug over retinol or slug over glycolic acid, but slugging actually causes whatever is underneath it to penetrate more. And so that if you put something that's irritating under the slug, then it's going to make those things more irritating. So that's my caution to everybody.
Oh, okay. No, I got good stuff on my face.
You got good stuff on, gentle stuff on. So what you do right now is you just this is simple. Like I can do this. I have mine too. This is for my lips, but I can use it on my face. You just take like a pea size amount right here.
Oh, that's it?
Oh,
yeah,
I thought he was going in like this.
No, they go crazy on social. You just apply it over the entire face, including underneath the eyes, on the lips.
You could use as much.
Apply it on him, but you got to wash your hands. No, you don't have to. Well, it's fine.
I just did. I peed.
It's fine. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you
could use as much as you'd like.
This is gonna be good for you.
Why'd you start with the lips? Why'd you start with the lips? Why'd you start with the lips?
Because they're dry. Oh, yes.
There you go.
Getting slugged. It feels good. I haven't experienced Vaseline in, I feel like 10 years, so this is nice little blast from the past.
Get them on the lips also. You got to
No, she got me on the lips. She got me in the lips. Right? First thing was the lips.
Turn your face.
Okay.
It's near your eyeball.
Look, he's glowing now. He's got that derm glow.
Yeah, you look good.
This is the secret.
Your face feels like sandpaper.
Oh, what?
That's the stubble.
My beard
I'm
is growing out. Yeah, come on now.
Yeah, oh my God, look at you. You look like a Botox king.
Look at that. Okay, from a distance, you can't even it just looks like you have really healthy skin, right? I think so.
I look slimy, dude.
Well, I mean...
You're on a Zoom call, bro.
I'm doing this every night. If you think I'm not doing this... Wait, also...
It's also in my contacts.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, that was a bad applier. That was me.
That's okay.
It's on your lashes.
So how long do you keep this on for? So you do it at night? You sleep with it?
Sleep and wake up, yeah. And then you wake up, your skin looks great. You do it once a week in the winter, and you're going to look great.
No dry skin.
Once a week? Bro, I was about to do it every night. Yeah. Okay, once a week. That's good. Good to know.
Yeah.
Some of my, when you were like, if you put on something that irritates you and then do this, it'll irritate it more.
Yeah.
Some of my perioral dermatitis, like creams, I have one for the morning. That's the liquidy, like alcohol feeling one. That's like antibiotic on top, I think. And then at night, I'm making shit up. At night, I put on this white cream that it stings and itches, but I think it's just in my brain. I go, oh, it's clearing it up. But
Okay.
like last night was real bad. Like it was, and I was extra dry, and I was like, God, I had to like wash them off a little bit. Is that normal?
Yeah, well, some products sting depending on their pH or their alcohol content, or maybe you are slightly allergic to an ingredient. I mean, it
Or
wouldn't be the worst thing for you to
does
try
it
some
work
slugging.
if I tell? But is it going to make it sting double?
That's a good question. Maybe take a day off from the medicine and try just slugging instead and see if that helps support that
Slugging it.
barrier. Slug it,
Yeah.
see what happens. Report back. Yeah. See how you
Okay.
feel.
I tweet you. It worked.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm currently eating the slug right now.
Here you go.
I
You know,
taste
the inventor
Vaseline.
of the inventor of Vaseline actually used to eat Vaseline. That's just
Oh,
true. I don't
fuck.
recommend it. I just want to be
What?
clear.
He
I've
was
said a
really
lot of
proud of
things
his
I don't
product.
recommend. Yeah, yeah. He was convinced that
He
he
was
was the best,
so
the greatest
proud.
thing. He used to like sleep in it and he used to eat it. That's true. It's a fact.
Ay, ay, ay.
Nah, I'm good. But all right, I will add this to my weekly routine. I think though, it feels right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
Oh
the
yeah. I think you should
sunscreen.
do all future podcast episodes with
Bro,
you,
you
Slug.
look like handsome Squidward.
He does look like a handsome Squidward.
That's a compliment.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jesus. When my
We hit
husband has an
everything
ingrown hair or a big giant pimple around like his butt, can I go for it?
Well, no.
Why?
Around his butt?
Yeah, like a butt pimple.
A
He gets
butt
mine.
pimple. I don't know. That's a tough one. I would say no. Because
God.
You're
like
not
what
supposed to
if
pop
that
these
gets
things.
yeah, and on top of that, like it also is in an area that could then get infected potentially through open
Yes.
skin. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Yes.
feel like that's what happens, right? You pop these things, and then their bad bacteria just spreads to around your face.
Here's something.
or butt.
Here's a big secret that I'm about to tell. I might have to cut this out. It's gross, but I know other girls do this, so
Okay.
fuck the haters.
All right.
My
Don't tell me.
husband's nose pores are out of
Oh.
control,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
This is fine.
and I will take tweezers,
What?
really sharp ones, and I will sit there as a treat to myself, and I will pick out the giant white heads while he's
With-
watching a TV show as my reward for
That
the night.
cannot be good for him.
And it looks great after, and he doesn't get a pimple after.
You what like what?
He has. How are you shocked? He
No, well,
has-
that's true. I
He
guess
has
people
massive
do
white
this.
heads, and I just like the needle's so
On his
sharp.
nose?
The needle's so sharp. He claims he feels it, but I'm like, you can't feel this. Like I pop him out.
You're like an
Good or bad?
esthetician then, I guess, pretty much. I don't recommend. That would get like probably
I
like a
don't
two
recommend.
2 out of 10, 2 out of 10 rating system on my TikTok, I would say. But I'll review if you post it. If you do a video, I'll review it. I'll do a
Oh.
He'll
reaction.
never let. He's gonna be like, you said what?
Why? It's fine.
I don't know. It's
There-
fine.
I mean,
yeah.
everyone has those.
When he was smoking weed, he's like, "Can I get high?" And I was like, "Yes, you may get high." And
Right.
then I would go in.
But I think the real move here is to go to some place that they do it professionally, right? And you can get a facial. And I feel like that's what she did on my face. She was squeezing out
I'm
the
doing
stuff
what they're
around my nose
doing.
and my. Are you though? It sounds like you're stabbing him with a metal dirty tool, and it's just gonna fuck him up.
Yeah, you need to get like get him like that's a good Valentine's Day is coming up soon. Get him like a Bella MD facial. You know those like
Yeah.
water facials that actually clean out your pores. That's
I
that's
thought
the way
you
to
I
do
thought
it.
you were gonna say Valentine's Day coming up. You could have a good picking, and you can just get these.
It's not a
clean
gift. It's not a
tools.
gift for you. It's a
It's
gift for
my
him.
present. It's like how I pick my skin, you know? I pick my skin at night when I'm stressed. He's like, "Do you need to pick?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I need to pick tonight." You know, it's like that. Or it's like, I'll be like, "Can I please go out your nose?" And he's like, "Fine." But he's been saying no a lot lately. Any whoosies. I have the best relationship with my husband.
Yes, you do.
Anyways. He's
Um,
going to kill me.
Commonly misdiagnosed skin conditions and dangerous TikTok skincare trends.
Oof.
Go.
There's always something. Always something on TikTok. You know what's cool about TikTok actually? Is that there's a lot more accountability than other platforms because I think on Instagram you can almost make content in like a vacuum, and there's no way, or now there is nowadays, but back in the day you couldn't like respond to someone else's content. But now with like duets and stitches, like people really can't get away. Like you
True.
can't keep getting away with this. Like, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
TikTok's got some accountability to it. So people tag me in the chaos. And so I think probably the dangerous things that I see are, things where people are like using poor vacuums at home or like poking little holes in this. Like there was one person who was like removing their own moles from their face at
Oh
home
no.
Yo.
and that led to really bad scarring. And
Yeah.
there was one girl that tried to like put her own like tattoo freckles onto her face using like a pin.
No, no.
Another one that's super dangerous. So those are all things like the thing about video is that it's like so visually appealing that the craziness does go viral,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
But then, that's why we're there, just like duetting and saying like, yeah, don't do this. It's like everyone knows not to do it.
You're a
Like, did you see
lifesaver.
all the perineum sunning stuff where people were like exposing their genitals to the sun because they thought it was going to
Yeah.
boost testosterone? Did you see this or
I
no?
saw this because of the
You look insane.
I know.
No, I didn't see that. Are
it
girls
looks
doing it
good.
too?
Chad and JT,
Yeah. We're
just
they were talking
spreading
about
it.
they were talking about these guys. Yeah, they just like show your genitals to the sun. That's not good for you, right? Like, isn't that
No,
skin
it's
super
not.
sensitive?
Yeah.
Super sensitive. And
Yeah.
like, imagine getting
Never
a skin
seen the
cancer.
light of day.
Right. And I cut out skin cancers for a living. So when you cut out skin cancer, you don't just remove the spot. You have to take skin around it, and
Oh,
there's not as
yikes.
much skin there. So, it's not a good area to get skin cancer. I'll tell you that. So,
Do you know the
Yeah, I don't think
answer
I have
if
enough skin
say-
down there.
If
to
I
get rid
say
of it.
when does a mole get like to the point where I need to see you?
ooh, that's a good question.
That was a good
Anytime you
question.
think you need to, that's a really good question. So, listen, everybody has a mole that their friends look at it or their spouse looks at it and says, yeah, that's not looking quite normal. That's probably the one that you want to get checked out. We have something called the ABCDs of melanoma, which is like if it's asymmetric, if it has an irregular border, if it's black and white and yellow and green, and it has multiple colors, that's the C. And then if it's a diameter over 6 millimeters. But we have that. But the main thing is, from like the average person, the most reliable thing is when a mole just doesn't look like the rest of the moles on your body. Like it just stands out. We call that the ugly duckling sign. That's the one you want us to check out.
Okay.
All right, good to know.
So even though I hadn't taken care of myself before in the sun with sunscreen and whatnot,
I used to yell
I
at
do
him.
see a dermatologist once a year to get a full body scan.
I love
And-
it.
But I feel like every year they're removing another mole. Now,
He's got a lot.
are they scamming me to get that, lab charge in? Or do I probably have one of the ABCs? Do I have an ugly duckling? Like, they're always like, is this a new mole? I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like, I don't know if this is new or not. I'm not
Yeah.
paying
A
attention.
lot, bro.
This
Are
is a
they-
good question.
Yeah.
Are you being scammed? Well, you do. Okay, so the way that medicine works, for the most part, depending on your insurance plan, they get derms and other people, they get paid for procedures. So you get charged your initial visit, and then whatever they do in addition to that. So if they do a biopsy, that's a different code, and they get an additional payment for that. And then
Yeah.
when they actually send it off to the lab and they look at it under the microscope, they don't get paid for that. It's a different doctor called the dermatopathologist. So that pathologist is looking at it, and they get paid to interpret what it looks like underneath the microscope. So it's like two separate people. But in the process, yes, you get paid more if you do more biopsies, which is why it's so important for doctors in general to be ethical, right? Because
Yeah.
the more procedures you do, the more money you make. But at the same time, like, I don't want to scar up people or cause them to have like, all these like procedures for absolutely no reason. I think the reason why we biopsy things is because we genuinely think, at least, that's, I can only speak for myself, is if I'm worried, like if I'm going to go home and think about, man, I should have biopsied that, like I'm going to biopsy it because I know that like the risk of a biopsy is much smaller than a risk of a missed melanoma,
Yeah.
right? If
Yeah,
you
I
miss
mean
a
that's kind of where
melanoma-
my head's at. Because I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't really
Just
give a
take
fuck.
it,
I don't give a
dude.
fuck about a scar, but it's just like kind of weird that every time I get checked, they remove another
That's
mole.
not weird, bro. You burned in that sun.
Yeah, and if you said you had a lot of sun exposure, I'm guessing you got some funny looking moles. And
All right, man.
they,
All right.
yeah.
You had to get
yeah.
a mole off of somewhere scary when you were younger, right?
No, I just have like this weird one in my groin. I was like, what is this one about? But
And they took it away?
no, I think they left it. I
What
don't
do
really
you
know.
mean? You should know. It's there.
I think it's still there.
Well,
that
if
was-
they're
it's like
biopsying
hidden.
the things that look weird, so they probably think it looks fine.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah,
like
they
in such
probably
an
think it
area
looks
where
fun.
it never got sun.
Oh, it's like your inner thigh or something, right?
By my
But you're
balls.
showing it.
Oh, on your balls?
By.
By the balls.
Near.
Ah,
But you show that to your derm, right?
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
do?
So
Wow.
Yeah, they do. It's what
Wow.
Yeah,
doctors
you have
do.
to- yeah, you just show them and they look at it, and if they
I
say
should
it's
go
fine,
to
it's
a
fine.
doctor. I don't show any doctors my moles.
You don't
Yeah,
get
you gotta.
Well,
No.
you don't really go in the sun. I'm like, all right,
Yes,
I'm
I
in the
avoid
sun
the
all the
sun.
time. Check
But even
out,
without
check.
sun exposure, you can
I
get
got one
melanoma.
under my boo-boo.
Wait,
My boo-boo.
without sun exposure, you can still get melanoma?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
bullshit.
There's genetic components to it. Like an abnormal mutation can occur,
Nana
but
had some.
Our Nana has had
On her
multiple
nose.
surgeries
Hers was some
removing
sun.
melanoma.
so you have family history, and that's genetic. There, I would get
fucked.
checked. I think
Under,
you should get
under my
checked.
boob, I had a weird mole that was like growing forward off of me. And I just recently, the first time ever, I got it removed, and that sucked.
Oh, it's not fun at
It's
all.
not
That's why I don't.
fun.
I lose
I thought it'd
money
be a
and
little
it hurts, and then it.
It was a whole
Scars.
I was like, ow, when he did it.
But I'm like, you never know, because if it is something, you catch it early, and then you're
Yeah.
saved.
Yeah, no, 100%. If they
You
think it needs to
saved,
be
yes.
biopsied, it's worth going. Like, it's worth taking it off for sure. Like, and I've never in my entire career have had any derm biopsy something that wasn't meant to be biopsied. I hear it. Like some people will say, oh, this person's this or that, but for the most part, anyone I've ever worked with is like ethical and honest, because there's enough abundance out there that most people aren't there to rip you off, and
All right.
it's not the most lucrative thing in the world. It's like,
Yeah.
so it's
not
not like
crazy.
they're not like, they're not like buying a Ferrari off of your
Yeah, yeah.
biopsy type
No.
of thing. So
No.
it's not like,
I just
Yeah,
have trust
it's like,
issues.
not
It's a whole
balling.
thing I've been working on.
no, and reasonably so. But yeah,
like,
if you have an
relax.
abnormal mole, Megan, you got to get it checked out.
Oh, I already cut it off. It sucked.
Oh, you cut it off. Oh, it's gone.
Myself. No, I didn't. I
Oh,
got
really?
the guy.
I saw the
The
TikTok.
guy did it, and I was like, ow! Like nobody warned me how shitty it is. It sucks.
Okay.
He was like an
yeah,
old
fair
guy
enough.
too. He wasn't very like.
He
Gentle.
didn't numb it. He was like, whatever. He didn't
He
give you
gave me a
lidocaine?
needle, but the needle
Oh.
hurt, and then I felt everything. I was like, ow, 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 ow. And I was like, yo, what about this mole? Get this one on my face. And he's like, yeah, if you want a big scar. I was like, fuck,
Yeah, it's not worth.
Right.
worth.
So this was a great episode. Yeah. Is there anything like cool that you're working on that's new? Like, what's going on with you right now?
Yeah, so lots of stuff. I'm always working on different things, but the most recent thing that I've been working on, which is pretty cool, is basically that a lot of people, and you think about, like, let me ask you a question. If you could treat your acne from home, and say you have a job 9 to 5 and your dermatologist also works 9 to 5, and you had the option of getting your acne treated from home from a board certified dermatologist, would you be interested in that?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Right. Like, I think all of us are busy, and like one of the issues with dermatologists is that there's a big shortage of them. There's difficult to find like an appointment, somebody you trust. And so basically I've been working with this company. It's a teledermatology, telemedicine company, telehealth company called Cortina, where it's basically a network of board certified dermatologists in all 50 states, where you basically send them your pictures and they're able to use technology and a board certified dermatologist to make the diagnosis and then ship you your treatments directly to your house. And
Genius.
the cool thing is that, like, for example, like, say you had an abnormal mole and they thought, like, actually we can't treat this over the Zoom chat here. Like, instead what they do is they send you to a local network of derms in person to actually take care of those things or potentially biopsy them. So they're delivering medicine like through the internet, but in a safe way with board certified dermatologists, which is pretty cool. And my role really is to just be like, because I use social media, is to be a way to get the world to know that this
Know
service
about it?
exists. Basically, there's a cool
Wow.
Amazing.
service and I want people to know about it. That's my role.
Yeah.
I had
I
no
wish
idea
I
there was a
had
shortage
that.
of dermatologists.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah?
I was struggling to find one for my skin problem.
Yeah. This is amazing.
Yeah, so very cool. So
What-
that's what I've been working on lately. But yeah, you guys can always
What is
check
it? What is
out
it called
Say
again?
it again.
Cortina. So if you go to
Cortina.
getcortina.com.
Is it like an app or is it through a website?
It's a website, yeah, and I
Yeah.
think they have an app. I know you can use your phone to connect to it, so they definitely have iOS capabilities. But yeah, you
We can
just
put
sent
that
like
link below
Yeah, we can add that.
in the subscription.
Getcortina.com.
getcortina.com, and there's a lot of companies that are similar, but I've done my vetting, and so this is a really good, high quality company, and
I
I'm
trust
excited
you
to
with my
work with
whole
them.
Yeah, I trust you with everything.
Trust you with my soul.
You're my
I
guy.
love that. I love that. But yeah, thank you all so much for having me on. This is awesome.
Thanks for
This is a
saying
blast.
yes. Congrats on your success in your life and your brains and your smarts. I hope your sister agrees to work with you. Tell her I say she should.
I actually
Same.
specifically I'm gonna clip this and send it to her and say,
Do
hey,
it. You
like
should,
she
sis.
said, yeah,
What's her name?
exactly.
What's her name?
Hadia, Hadia,
Hadia.
Hadia. Say Hadia.
Little
Hadia.
Hadia.
Work with your brother.
You got to
Say
work with your brother. Hadia. It's a great
There we
idea.
go.
It's time. The time is now.
The time is now.
Time-
Stop
I
being
love
so
it.
silly. Just
Don't
work
be
with them.
silly. Work with your brother.
And
Love it.
congrats again on your news that I know that I'm gonna leak to. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna.
It's
Leaked on
Monday. It'll
TikTok.
be out everywhere. Finally.
And feel free, actually, if you need any like pregnancy skincare tips, to message me offline. I love what I do so much that like everyone was like,
can
"Oh, I don't
tell.
want to bother you with questions." I'm like, "No, like bother me because I love this. This is what I live for." So, yeah,
Well,
feel
100%
free.
I will be DMing you.
There we go.
Slide in them DMs with
She's gonna bug the shit out of you.
my Vaseline.
All right, thank you again, Dr. Shah, and that's where they can find you. All
Dr. Shah,
socials
yeah.
is Dr. Shah.
Yeah, if you type in Dr. Shah, you'll find me. I'm Derm Doctor on TikTok, and then all my other socials is Doctorly. Doctor is like spelled out an LY at the end of it.
And your YouTube.
YouTube Doctorly. Yep. And we do we have the biggest YouTube channel, Derm YouTube channel. We cover acne, we cover rosacea, we cover perioral dermatitis, we cover everything related to the skin in like detail. So that's not gross stuff. That's stuff that's tolerable.
Yeah, I'm going to go
And
there.
if you need skincare tips, that's the place to go.
Perfect.
I'm going there. Well, thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
very
your time
much.
and your wisdom. We appreciate you so much and we worship you. And congrats on everything.
Thank you for having me
Thanks
on.
for
And your skin
saving
looks great.
lives.
Handsome skin Squidward looks great right now.
Yeah, you
so.
look good.
Handsome Squidward.
Keep this on.
Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate
All
you.
right.
Thank you so much.
See ya.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, thanks for watching. Love you so much. That
Bye,
was
everybody.
amazing. Bye.